What's going on, YouTube? Another car video. Just speaking my mind. Today I just wanted to, share my thoughts on another personal dynamic I've been experiencing. And I feel like a lot of young men these days might be facing the same thing. And I'm going to call it toxic self-improvement. I know that sounds like an oxymoron, but allow me to explain, and hopefully that'll make more sense. Toxic self-improvement. Basically, when you try to self-improve to the point where everything that is not involving you moving forward or improving, for lack of better words, is seen as detrimental or bad or something you shouldn't be partaking in. It's basically just self-improvement taken to the extreme. And I feel like it's easy to do that these days just because of the great pressure that young men are placed under by society. And it's just not okay. Like, take myself, for example, a little story. I was into the, self-improvement, cold showers, workouts twice a day, celibacy, abstinence. But I took it to the utmost extreme. Like, I was not even allowed to look at girls. Every trace of social media that I had was gone, deleted, which helped me out a lot, actually. But that's just a part of the extremes I went to in order to self-improve. And I was trying to self-improve because I saw myself as less than, even though I was doing a lot better than I saw myself as doing. And I feel as if that toxic self-improvement stemmed from a lack of self-love. So it's not like I needed to self-improve. I needed to learn to love myself. And due to me not loving myself, all I knew was self-improve. Like, keep getting better. Maybe that one day you'll receive the respect and the love you deserve. But little did I know I couldn't receive that respect and love that I deserved until I loved myself. Like, to give you an example of what I was doing, I would wake up at 4:30 a.m., get up, go work out, come home from working out, shower, go to work all day until 3 o'clock, get off work, go train jiu-jitsu, get done at jiu-jitsu, come home, run a mile and a half around my neighborhood, get done with the mile and a half, go inside, shower, do my homework. When I get done with homework, start reading a book, Like, I was not allowing myself to have any type of any amount of fun. Like, everything had to be pain and struggle and sorrow and hopes to self-improve in. Don't get me wrong, I saw a great improvement in my life, especially in areas of discipline, and it was rewarding, but at the same time it was detrimental. And it doesn't have to be detrimental for it to be rewarding. All you need to do is find moderation, self-love and moderation. Hiatuses from social media is encouraged. It's important because you can fall into the rabbit hole of content consumption, which is bad. But going dark for years on end, losing all kinds of social connections and things like that, isolating yourself, it can get real dark, and it's self-inflicted, which is the worst part. And it can be avoided only if you take the right steps, as I found out, because all the self-improvement in the world won't replace self-love. You have to love yourself and also forgive yourself for the things that you've done in the past, and then you will move forward and your progress will be amazing. But you have to show yourself that love first. A lot of guys these days, they're self-improving in hopes to find a partner. Like, they're like changing their entire look. They're working out, They're getting, trying to get these Arnold Schwarzenegger bodies to look great in hopes of finding a partner. And I feel as if you should pursue that physique because that's something you want. That's a goal you want to reach, not so that way you can attract a partner or someone to show you that love you need to show yourself. And I feel like a lot of young men face that these days, not just myself. And it's sad that it's a common occurrence. I wish it wasn't like that, but the only way for that to happen is for society to start caring about young men again. There's such a large demographic of young men in America. We have no great crusade. We have no cause, no cause to exist, no cause to live. We have no great calling. There's no trial, there's no World War II, there's no Vietnam, there's no Desert Storm, Desert Shield. These are all wars of the past which called on the men that came before us and made them who they are. They were forged by these trials. And today I won't say that there's no trial, because there definitely is. I feel as if our trial is more mental. It's not so much a physical trial. It's not so much a country to defeat. It's not so much a terrorist enemy that we have to exterminate. It's more of a mental game. Can you love yourself? Can you grow in the face of no one caring about you? Can you cultivate a strong young man without support? And I feel as if that's why a lot of these masculine figures these days are so popular. Like, they just skyrocketed with popularity, like your Andrew Tates and your Andrew Hubermans and just people of the sort, your Joe Rogans. These people, they're gaining this popularity and this important attention because young men are looking and they're fiending and they're hoping to find some type of masculine image to latch onto, one, and also to emulate, because they have no self-identity with themselves, because we don't have a trial. We don't have anything that is testing us in that sort of sense, like where we have to come together as young men, as a nation, and defeat this common enemy. That common enemy today isn't, it isn't the Viet Cong, it isn't, Al-Qaeda, it isn't ISIS, it's OnlyFans. Ironic. It's Tinder. It's Pornhub. It's being comfortable, It's video games. And nothing wrong with video games. I enjoy video games a lot, but it's not something that you should be, spending more than 2 hours a day on. If you spend more than 2 hours a day playing video games, you need to reassess. You need to recalibrate. And or in simpler terms, you need to find something better to do. Like 2 hours out of the day, you playing the game. Hey, you could be spending that time. I'm not saying that you should be doing that self-improvement within that time, because that would lead more to the toxic self-improvement thing. But video games, if we're being real, it's an escape. It's escape from reality. There's so many other different hobbies that we can be doing out in the world that would not only better us as men, but also allow us to relieve that stress in the same way, Yeah, and just due to a lack of support from society and self-love, I feel as if a lot of young men are facing that same issue that I'm having, the toxic self-improvement. And I feel as if I'm not wrong on this in the aspect of there's so many self-improvement channels popping up left and right, and these young men are eating it up like candy. I'm talking about hundreds of thousands of views on these videos, and the information they're sharing is good info, it's good info. It's quality info that these young men can use, but you can tell that the people releasing this information and this content have caught on to the fact that these young men are fiends for the validation that comes through self-improvement and sharing a community of self-improvers. It's like a drug hit. It's almost like tribalism. Like we all connect through this self-improvement journey, and if you're not self-improving, who are you? You're a waste of space. You're a waste of time. When you really sit down and think about it, it's a vicious cycle. Nasty business. But it's reality. I just hope these young men find a way, myself included. I'm not saying I got it all figured out, but I got a pretty decent grasp right now, and I'm holding on. It'd be nice if society started to recognize us as being more valuable than just, a body, a number, a guy, a dude. It'd be nice if they recognize us as, look at that distinguished young gentleman, that young man right there. That hard-working young man. That's someone's son, that's someone's grandson, that's someone's brother, that's someone's father, that's someone's uncle. That man has value. He's not useless. He's not a waste of space. He's not a waste of time. He may not be perfect, but who is, Only Jesus was perfect. The rest of us, not even close. I just wish that that emphasis of importance was placed back into young men. That emphasis of value. Like, young man, pick your head up, Pick your head up and keep it up, because you are worth something. Regardless of what the majority say. Men are trash. Kill all men. We don't need men. Men are worthless. You're not worthless. You have more value than you know. Directly and indirectly, you affect more lives than you think. You don't know who's watching you, who's using you as a measure of strength, as a measure of what a man is, what a man can be. You don't know who is inspired by your daily actions of you getting up and continuing to grind even though you're not recognized. And I feel like young men need to hear this message, especially these days. Especially when they're being told the opposite. Especially with the suicide rate as high as it is. No one is consoling these men. A lot of these men are coming from broken homes and from foster systems, and they're just going through the hardness of life without any type of love and support. And that's like a plant with no water. It won't last long. It won't last long at all. It needs to be poured into. It needs to be nourished. It needs to be sustained. And just like we eat food and we drink water, people need love. Like, love is one of the most important necessities. Because what's the difference between human beings and cattle? We love and nurture our children. We don't just, raise them on a pasture. I mean, I hope not. Some people do some weird things these days. I haven't seen it all. That's a story for another day. I haven't seen it all. But yeah, we need to start caring for these young men. And I know that it's not just these young men who need help. We all do, but I'm placing emphasis on these young men because I ain't gonna lie to you. Me being in the job scope that I'm in, they get the brunt end of it. Whew. Overworked, underappreciated. The first to work, the last to leave. The least vacation days, and the most work projects. It gets wicked. But yeah, that's just my thoughts. And I'm happy to share them. And if anybody has any recommendations for what the next video topic should be on, or if someone wants to hop on a Zoom call and just have a, intelligent discussion, debate, whatever, just leave your comment in the comment section. Until next time, peace.